Really like blink twice. Need help, Matt. Matt, are you okay? You didn't talk about fishing. Oh my god. What if this gets clipped and like get boots on Twitter? I'm issueless. The devs see my tweet. Thing should be live. Shit. Let's click. Game's live. Here's Matt.
So, if you are in the chat today, you'll have some chances to win some of the physical card packs.
Give me.
So, yay, I can see you all in the chat now.
Cards!
They're Soul Fighter ones, so they've got a little bit of 7A, 7B, and some Soul Fighter. So get ready as we do that.
People are excited.
Yeah, people are excited.
Please, please. I need them.
We got
I need them.
So to start that off, let's go ahead and say in chat, I want to know who won the Runeterra Open for EMEA this weekend. If you put that in the chat with the hashtag lore, we'll look back through and whoever says it, we'll randomize that and send a winner.
Who was it?
Let's get into some patch notes and balance, y'all.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Yes, I heard of each. It was
So, I'll have y'all introduce yourselves first.
That's how you do it. You just copy it.
Sure, we gotta get this screen fixed. Just a second, y'all.
You just copy it.
Hey, y'all. I'm Steve Rubin, aka Riot Rubin Zoo. I'm a senior game designer on Legends of Runeterra. I've worked as a lead designer on
Rubin, my beloved.
champions like Samira, Akshan, Viego, and Aphelios. I've also started working on Path of Champions content, so Jack and Set are things that I've worked on. I've also worked final design on a lot of champs. These are just some that I worked a lot on, or Annie and Ziggs. Definitely love me some aggro champs. Currently, I'm the design lead for competitive lore and tournaments, so I build the structures for tournaments as well as worlds and stuff like that. I'm co-designing the upcoming 2 expansions this year, along with Riot Turtle. So
we always just gotta listen to Baya.
And my
Baya knows
favorite
what's up.
is Seraphine. My favorite card is Decimate, and my favorite Poro is Nimble Poro. It is a really good Poro.
Pose.
Yeah,
the pose.
Just the she like emulates Mina, which I always really liked ever since I started playing this like game internally before it was even released.
Alright, hey y'all, I'm Frank Scarin, aka Riot Briss, also a game designer on Legends of Runeterra. Been on the team for about 4 years. So far I've mostly done kind of like final design work. I used to be on the game analysis team. Recently, I got
Nico.
Portal
Okay, Briss.
As well as a lot of the flex cards in 7B,
Briss.
Portal Scholar, and everybody's favorite
Briss.
Siren Song. You can also find me grinding away on the ranked ladder.
There's an issue here.
I love playing the game with y'all, and got some fun facts up there about me to various degrees of overemphasis. But I will say I'm friend of babies, not my baby. Good friends, newborn son Parker. He is very cute, and I had the pleasure of hiking.
How dare you?
Hike with him strapped to my chest, which was a lot of fun.
Nice.
All right.
Front page of the ladder too, right?
Front page as of yesterday.
Let's go.
Sharima Nico, you're sleeping on it.
All right, so we're gonna close that first challenge, and we'll go back and find stuff for who the winner is and let you know on Twitch. But we're gonna move on.
I need the
with
cards.
Patch.
Please.
Woo! All right, so the patch details. So for this patch, we're working mostly on standard adjustments, as well as a few adjustments that we want to do for Eternal. These are mostly nerfs to both Heart of the Huntress overperformers, so stuff that recently came out, and some of the lingering overperformers from Glory and Navori the previous season. Also, of course, we're throwing in some buffs. We do want to mention that this is a much smaller patch than normal. Riot took a break to recharge, and sometimes that's really important for us to just make sure that we can come back and hit the ground running. So, you know, the week we took off ended up eating a bit into this patch, which is why it's smaller than normal.
Not gonna be
but the good news is there's more changes coming in a month in patch 4.8, and that patch is actually going to be both Eternal and Standard. So there will be some even more standard changes in that patch that we didn't quite get to because we were kind of off a bit on the timing of this patch.
Champion strength.
That's okay. We've still got a lot to show you.
Champion strength.
The Spear and Moose aren't going to fight themselves. Someone had to go.
I'm telling you.
Alright, yeah, so let's just kick right into the nerfs. And right off the bat, we've got
it's not dead.
Our proposed nerf to Siren Song just for y'all. So Siren Song, obviously a very contentious card, really came out swinging with the Heart of the Huntress expansion. Internally, when we Evelyn and Lucian were like really struggling at the time, and we wanted to give them like a really strong inspiration to like hopefully.
I'm gonna sit here and I'm feeling you.
We
Over
were
and
kind of like a little torn
Card.
on what the cost of the card
Still good.
should be. Went back and forth, and we decided to try to like let it be strong for those champions. It obviously came in way over what
might
we
be too much for
expected.
my
We
internet.
underestimated the interaction with Zalani a little, and now
My internet's
it's being
too
pretty
much.
ubiquitous in the metagame. So with all that in mind, we are giving it a pretty harsh nerf of +2 cost, which we are expecting is probably going to really remove it, especially from like the tier 1 competitive metagame. But I think
I
as a card that in the
wanted.
future,
Okay, fine.
because we do like it facilitating those champions, we may
See, here's the thing.
very likely go back and look
I
for
like
a healthier, steady state champion.
Siren Song.
card
I hated
because we
that
do
was
think
just
it
like
can do
every
good,
game
sustainable
I
health
play, it's either against a
situations.
deck that targets Siren Song or a Siren Song.
Nice. And the next change we have is we're moving coin from burst to
Focus, focus. You wake up, you
this is
find
actually a
coins or
change that in LOR we really pride the gameplay on being reactive, which is kind of interesting in this case because part of coin being burst was to make those sweet Ionia plays where you burst out a deny or you burst out a concussive
Then
bomb.
Karma set
But
happens.
ultimately, as we saw coin play out, we saw a lot of situations where you would have a set, a level 2 set, or a level 2 karma in play, and not really have that
Karma set
window of
happens.
interaction where you could get rid of those champions before they started copying coins or creating showstoppers. So here we actually felt that it was best to move it over to focus. We're also kind of excited about this change because this enabled some of the other buffs in the patch to the build watcher portion, which wasn't quite as potent as Ionia. So yeah, we just hope that this makes it a lot more interactable to fight against these coin decks, and also really have a more of a like a windows down moment when you can really attack them. Gives you a whole additional turn against a deck like Karma Set to like push for the win when they can't actually coin into duplicate coin at burst speed.
Yep. Next up, we got Powder Pandemonium, the now thrice
Monkey
nerfed
business is
Monkey
booming
Machine.
too much.
So this card,
Okay.
ever since we added Plunder to Noxus and added a bunch
Matt
of
hasn't made a
Plunder
single
activators,
fishing
this card
bun
has
and I'm
really been
scared.
Overperforming.
Matt,
And,
come
know,
on,
right
what's
now,
wrong?
This nerf might seem a little out of place because with Siren Song kind of dominating things, Powder Pandemonium's like the 12th best thing to do with Siren Song, and those Plunder decks are kind of like backseating. So this is more of a preparation to make sure that once Siren Song is like put back in its place, like Plunder doesn't just immediately come back in and take over. So with a nerf like this, we really are looking to just have like a kind of healthy, brand new metagame.
So
instead of
here's the
itself.
thing, like, you should just play Bonder Blink. Oh,
Kaisa devolved. So we're removing quick attack off of Kaisa. This is obviously a pretty hefty nerf. We have felt that in the new standard environment with less positive removal, Kaisa has just been consistently but quietly overperforming. And in general, we think that the base quick attack, especially when you combine it with giving her challenger right away, really lets her farm your units in kind of an interactive way. We actually really like the gameplay pattern of her without quick attack because as a person playing against Kaisa, you can now block against her, which feels really good. And as the Kaisa player, it
that's
takes you
good.
a little bit longer to assemble that like
Yeah.
Voltron. It's not going to happen on round 5 as often. So yeah, that's what we did with
But
Kaisa.
at some points, you get Kaisa evolved on turn 5.
Like quick attack.
Yep.
is
Just
kind of
drop
a
her
keeper.
turn 5
You can't
evolve.
get too easily in Shurima, so now you're gonna have to look for it if you want it.
Yeah.
Next
That's a
up,
hefty
Plaza
nerf.
Guardian. This is kind of a nerf for both Standard and Eternal. Definitely like a little more Eternal leaning, and this is actually undoing a buff we made to Plaza Guardian a while back. Now that the game has like really grown and there are just like so many spells, so many cheap spells, it's like, and also, a bunch of cards that can allow you to copy Plaza Guardian and make more of them. It's just really easy to very quickly get the Plaza Guardian machine online and just start printing them and overwhelming your opponent in kind of a way that could feel pretty oppressive. So we're just taking that extra power and health back
Or
off.
I'm
make
being
them a
silent because
little
I'm
tinier
focusing on
again,
the
and
words.
put some more play against there.
I think now's a good time
Yeah.
to potentially give away another
booster pack.
I need
Where'd
it.
that come from?
Yes.
All right, Bruce, you want to name off
Honey,
this one?
honey.
Sure, which one are we doing that? Okay,
Big-
so for this
get on
one,
the stream. Get on the stream.
Rune Club Barracks and I have been doing the community card kitchen with
Get
y'all.
on the stream.
And
We need it.
y'all a while back decided
Bottom.
on
Head
what
boys are
region
bottomies.
that card should be. So for this booster pack, tell me what region did the players decide that
Well,
they want
yours.
the community card kitchen card to be?
And please use hashtag lore as well so that I can search it and get you entered in the drawing.
It's brilliant,
you.
and I'm mad about
Thanks,
it.
y'all.
All right, so we're gonna have these drawings open for like 30 seconds. That way, you aren't all just shouting
That's how you spell
what we
Freljord?
see in chat right now as we're talking about patch notes, so we can have a better conversation with you as we're doing this.
Speed is important, but it's not the ultimate decider. So just make sure you get your,
I see.
get your vote
Okay,
in
it's
there.
Sushi.
And
Get
also,
on
you're
the.
only
Hey,
entered
get me the
once,
cards. It's Sushi.
for each time that you type it.
So
you don't
it's
need
a
to
raffle
spam
for me.
it completely. I assume I'm seeing exactly 1,275 entries.
I should get on my phone and put my name in there.
No stealing other
We
people's
need the
answers.
cards.
All right, we'll give it
We
10 more seconds
need
and
the
then we'll hop
cards.
back into the nerfs.
I need them. I need the
How was
Gwen.
this weekend?
It was good.
It was good. Yeah.
Did a hike, almost died in the oppressive sun, but
No.
It's been really sunny.
no
here in
baby
LA.
on me though. So that was just me eating that sunlight.
Frank and I did an escape room.
Yeah, we did do this.
And did some barbecue afterwards.
The zombie
solid.
escape room.
Nice.
Went for a bike ride. Very active weekend.
These sound great. All right, so I am closing the chat in 3, 2, 1. Boink. There we go, and back to the nerfs.
They close the chat. Oh,
So yeah, but this is probably gonna be a lot of
no
context for just one small change here. So strap in. This is our only Eternal only card, I believe, in this patch. It's being changed. We just thought this was an easy
back and forth,
change
do
that
it.
we wanted
Oh,
to
I
make
need the
in this
cards.
patch, since it was probably going to happen next month anyway. But
Yes.
the patch in a month, patch 4.8, will be an Eternal focused patch. So we'll see a lot more.
I mean, next month we gotta get the
Champion rewards potentially,
Eternal.
as well as nerfs in that patch for Eternal.
Board
But
of the season?
Legendary Charge was just
Which I
really,
will
really
grind a lot.
strong as a card that we call a tutor, a card that can pull a specific card from your deck. And this card has actually been kind of a design problem for us. Most cards don't actually rotate until they've been in Standard a year, but Legionary Charge, because it's a
year.
versatile
A
tutor
year.
card,
Okay, we got
we
it.
felt the need to sort of
We gotta clip it
rotate it quickly, and now we
until
actually have
unless
this sort of
until they
ongoing
get
problem
a
of this
year.
being a
Okay,
super
so
versatile tutor
cards
that can get you
usually
the 0
spend
mana
a
Plaza
year
Guardian.
in
So we're just
normal.
proactively changing this because
In
it's really
standard
a
before they
design
rotate.
health
That's
problem,
good.
Not necessarily a standard
That's
or
good.
eternal.
So now we know how.
Obviously, it is an eternal, but we do want to make sure that
Okay,
we're just
so that's
keeping
good
the game healthy
information.
where we can. So
That's
adding a
good
cost onto
information.
this just to make that a little bit less.
Ruben
efficient.
kind of slipped.
Yeah. Also, definitely worth noting, it's going to be a lot harder to copy this with Seraphine now, so hopefully pull back on some of that degeneracy.
Or create it with Seraphine if you're really lucky. Or
True.
sputtering song spinner.
Yeah.
Oh.
And next up, we got the Crimson Pigeon. Kind of been an iconic Noxus 1-drop for a while now.
Been's the best
now
1-drop in the
instead of
game.
Granting that
Now
extra
it's
+1/+1,
dead.
it's going to be a give, which means it'll only last for the round. This card's just kind of pulling a little bit too much weight
I'm
for a
mad.
1-drop and really kind of clouding
I'm
out
mad.
some of the other options you could play, especially now that it's
I
also
look
got
at this
sub-type, so it's playing into
and
that
I'm
too.
sad.
We're hopeful that this change will still allow the card to be a desirable option for those
Yeah.
aggro decks, because, you know, it is kind of giving you some, like, pseudo healing because if it blocks and takes damage. The give will still give it that health back down the road. But yeah, at the end of the day, this was just
A
kind
pigeon.
of the power budget for a 1-drop here, which is like a little bit
They
too
took
high,
away
so
my
we're trying to
Legion of
bring that
Ju-
back,
they-
while still allowing it to just be a
what's
base,
his name?
you know, 1-mana 2/2, which is always a good rate.
What's his name?
Yeah, I think we've seen this with Rearguard too, where like these high health early game Noxus units really translate into a super high win rate when you have them early in the game, and we just want to make it.
Yeah, they took away my Legion Rare card and they didn't say anything. Now they come for my pigeon.
If you kind of have a slow
Come for
start.
my freaking pigeon. I'm sad. There's water coin boxes.
Boosty.
Oh, sure. Yeah. All right.
Give me.
Up to me. All right, we got a
I need
boosty.
it.
Get ready. You've got
Come
30
on, please.
seconds.
Please.
Who was the winner of the first Heart of the Huntress Open in the Americas?
It wasn't legal. It's not in
Say
3
that
stars.
right. Heart of the Huntress.
Yeah, it's A.N. Aguera.
That we're in, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's A.N. Aguera.
Okay. See some people.
The
There we
winner
go.
of the APAC one.
Moments
A few
of
people, yeah, it's
snowball
like
has
the people
started.
who pay attention to the competitive scene definitely have an advantage.
Yeah, I want to know
The
who's
winner
copy-pasting.
of the APAC was the guy is legal. His name is in Korean. There's no fucking way in hell anybody can get it in 30 seconds because we're gonna go.
I got people on the outside.
You know what? I'm gonna be active here. I'm gonna go to San
It
Tobias
was a fun Runeterra
Twitter.
Open to
I'm gonna
watch.
copy the name.
Going through
Gonna
this
keep it in my
weekend.
fucking
Had some really good
Discord.
community streams, too.
Yeah, I thought seeing all the co-streams was always fun. I did like that. Definitely one of the.
I did
one of the
watch
things
the
that,
entire
you know,
opens.
this patch probably affects.
Even
is
though I
nerfing
had,
the
like,
Siren Song.
a
We saw a lot of the
huge
Siren Song
boost
decks, of
ape.
course, over the weekend, so kind of validated us putting it into nap time, so to speak, at 6 cost for now, while we work on more changes to get it back into the meta eventually.
That the guy is legal.
All right, so about 10 more seconds.
I need a
And
card,
it's
please.
that it's
Please.
closing.
I just need the shiny Gwen. I will sell you my wife. And the shiny Gwen and a Nico.
Yeah, a little semisonic. Gotta nerf those one-hit wonders.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get back to
I-
some Bilgewater.
Legit just copied the
Alright,
a
let's
Korean
get
player's name and then keeping it in my Discord. Brace yourself.
Okay,
Winning is
so
coming.
yeah, Bilgewater coin buffs.
He's
So
Jack, he's
these
mad.
are changes that actually were enabled
He
by
healed
the
himself
coin being
back.
focused.
No, wait.
Sometimes this
I
happens
got a
where
joke.
we have a design.
He's Jack.
internally
He's
before
back.
it was
He
card,
healed
we
himself
end up
back.
Kind of reworking it. In the
Not
case for
sorry.
Jack, we had this cool heal mechanic where when you refill mana, now he heals 1 for each mana that you
I
refilled.
like
this.
this.
Just makes it so that Jack
So
is a bit
much.
sturdier and feels a bit more like a brawler. It also makes him play a lot more eloquently
Aggressive.
in prize fight decks because you can use him to prize
Oh,
fight
yeah.
and then use your coins to heal him back up. It's obviously quite of a risky pattern to
No,
do
it's a
that, but
good
we
one.
thought
Shut
that was
up.
really apt for the character.
Shut up.
And we just
It's
saw
a good
that
meme.
Jack's long term probably wasn't
It's a
gonna be
good
meta
meme.
card. We see him in a few Seraphine decks as like a value card. So we really wanted to give him some exciting functionality back to let him
Not
get into
really
combat
value
and to
card.
be the brawler that he really is.
It's like
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely
a
say
unit.
for some context, like when we're working on
In
these,
Seraphine
like,
BB, he's
more
just like a
regional
unit.
champions, like obviously when we don't have
It's
like,
a good
Legends champion
let the
kits on
devs
around,
meme. We
sometimes
don't
it can be,
bully
like,
the devs
harder
on
to find,
this
like,
stream.
what makes this character unique, like what gives them
We don't
their
bully them.
spice,
Look at them.
and, you know, now that Jack's been out,
Look at them. They're
we see
so
where players are,
fucking-
like, kind of
well,
wanting
they're
to
not
use
fucking
him, but maybe
boomers,
he's
but,
not
like-
good enough. It makes it, you know, a lot better to
They're
see, like,
passionate
hey, like, maybe we
boomers.
could help him out here, give him more of an identity and more of like a power.
Man,
boost
look
to really
look at
do his
Ruben
thing.
Zoo's hair, man.
Yeah,
His hair
which
is
just played
luscious.
really well. Like the Kaisa change. Sometimes when we're testing stuff, something just plays really well.
Look at
in
Matt's
our,
beard.
sort
No,
of
not Matt's beard. Look at
internal
Matt's
patch play
mustache.
tests, and then we're like,
Look at
get
that
it
beard.
right
Oh
in
my
the
god,
game
there you got
usually.
the
So
holy
this is one of
trinity
those.
of hair. Chris got a beard.
Yeah, so risky
Ruben
venture,
got a hair.
don't be
Matt
fooled,
got a
this is
dope-ass
definitely a buff.
mustache.
It's going up 1 cost, but it's dealing 1 more damage, which giving Bilgewater the ability to deal 3 to a unit
Yeah.
without a keg is actually kind of spicy. Bilgewater is generally good at killing small units, but we thought for 4 mana, that's not really a premium rate, so we're kind of excited for this, especially in more Jack decks. Before we saw it more as a value card, you'd play with like Seraphine, of course, like any card, but now we're hoping to see
Like
that
with
this
Seraphine, you
being
play
played.
anything
Of
with
course, this is
Seraphine.
also his champion spell.
You just play
So
Seraphine
this
with anything
change,
and she
you'll be able
wins.
to kill stuff, enable your brash units, make a lot of coins, and yeah, we're just excited to see what players do with Jack. And the last one we
Dash,
have is
Blunder,
Angel. We
3 coins,
decided,
oh my
yeah,
god.
why not put some text on Angel? Of course, she was the 6'5" brash, everybody's favorite
they
movie,
had fun with the
anglerfish.
memes.
We gave her Plunder, create 3 coins. So now, not only does she fit in more decks, because she still fits in Brash decks, Prize Fight decks, but now if you're plundering and maybe reactivating Plunder, you can create a lot of coins. And also, this is really, really
3 coins is a
with
lot.
Jack, enabling some crazy stuff. Like, I think
Angel
we
is
had
a
build
banger.
up, a game where
Galore,
Frank leveled up his
Angel
Jack
is
on
a
round
fucking
5 against
banger.
me during this the dev play
You
test.
love
So
Angel.
pretty spicy card. And yeah,
I'm excited
in general,
for,
I think Bilgewater
Jack.
wasn't creating enough coins.
Brash fight.
And we talked to Brian.
I'm
Copley,
excited
who
for
was the
that.
lead design
Quick,
on
I'm excited
coins,
for
and he
Jack
mentioned
Brash.
that, you know, we might have fallen a little bit under our intent, which was, hey, Bilgewater should be able to create a lot of coins, but it's a bit riskier, right? You have to put Jack into combat, you have to use risky venture, you need to plunder. So this patch almost
can just
shifts
use the-
Bilgewater more back to where
What's
we
called?
thought it would be, which is one of the
Walk
great
knuckles?
reasons that we do these patches is sort of
Walk
clean up
knuckles?
some packages that might
Dark's
not
your
have
uncle?
landed the way we intended them to.
Yeah, and Angel definitely a
I'm
character that
gonna
like
have
I've
fun.
just seen so many players be like, this character's so cool, I want to be able to play with them. So hopefully letting this get Angel into like more decks and just like do more fun things. And I'm also personally really excited to see if y'all can do anything crazy with the plunder reactivators
Oh,
and
it's
just
really
make just like a coin printing arsenal.
Yeah. Speaking of Angel,
Jack, Samira
Angel
Blunder.
happens to be one of the cards that may be
Oh,
in
come
one of
on,
these
Matt.
decks, because they have some 7/8 cards in them. So
Whose
let's give
deck
away
do I
another
have to
deck, and
suck
let's
to
make
get
this
these
one a
cards?
tough one. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the community.
Payback?
Which
Payback.
player over in Korea recently
fucking
held
knew it.
an in-person event for people to play lore?
No, I don't know
So,
that one.
Their name and then hashtag lore.
So that So is this like an OG pre-buff Angel in the booster pack?
Oh
Like
yeah,
a piece of lore history.
The great
inside the
part
booster
of
pack.
physical cards is they cannot update.
I don't know who that is.
At Riot HQ, we have this sort of like entrance hallway where they have tons
They
of
have-
lore cards that
Okay,
that
Rosie
float
timed
through,
it. Dan, I'm gonna trust
rotating
Binglin.
cycles, and Frank and I always walk by and joke.
I'm gonna trust. I have no idea. I can't speak Korean, but you know
Pretty
what?
much, we've changed a
Here's the
lot of
fucking
cards
thing.
through live because we just buff a lot.
Can I speak Korean?
Even though this pack's
No.
only 22 cards,
Do
we
I
changed
want the
a lot of
cards? Yes.
Usually, if you see
Am I
an old printed card, it's
low
probably been
enough to
changed.
actually just
Except for
get
Timo,
the
who is
things
just obviously the
copy-pasted
perfect
to get the
design
freaking
as
booster?
an
Yes, I
annoying
am.
Yordle. Just
I will.
exclusive.
If they
Yeah,
ever
that
make
is
the
an
coins,
iconic
the
design.
packs purchasable, I'm buying
Animation.
Never been changed.
so much.
Circle.
I just need one.
What can you want?
I just need my Gwen. I
The
just
only
need
change we made to Timo is
a
to give him
Gwen
new
and a Nico.
number 2 card.
I will like share them, please. Please?
So I see a
Please
lot
didn't
of
tell me
people
whose deck I
putting
have to suck to
in,
give the cards still.
Hangul, and
Please, come
you
on.
can also put it in English as well if you know their name in English. That is perfectly fine. We will search both.
I need.
All right, going to
back.
give you about
Please.
10 more seconds, and then we'll get on to the next set of things.
Nico buffs. Nico
Make
buffs.
sure that we know what's coming next.
Oh, okay, Nico,
All right,
Warden of the
loading it
Tribes
up.
is so good. You have no idea. The deck is so good. I love this deck so much. I'm gonna play so much of it.
Ooh, some of you are getting in late. All
Subtype
right, we're
buffs.
back.
Nico.
All right, yeah. Next up, we got some buffs to some of the subtype cards that came out with 7B. Yep. So we're definitely hopeful that with the nerfs to things like Siren Song and some of the other big meta decks, the 7B. Just for quick context, Ruben added this picture of Big Bird and Snuffleupagus to the side, and we laughed about it in the dev pit for like 30 minutes, and clearly it's still hitting pretty hard.
Goddamn, the boomers.
So excuse us for that. But yeah, we're hoping that, you know, archetypes like Ambush and Nico and Poro King will naturally gain some leverage up with the nerfs to the oppressive cards, but we're also looking to throw in some buffs when we can. So these are two of the more expensive subtype followers that we are
Yes.
hoping can
Legends
both
of Runeterra
serve,
was bad
Nico herself,
because it
while
was
also
just like
seeing
dual
some
comp, but
splash
like now
play,
it's
other
really
decks that just do, like,
reliable.
light subtype splashing, and you know,
Especially
we got
as an
extra
overwhelm
couple
unit. You
stats
just
for the
slam it
Crested
down as an
Lion
overwhelm.
Hawk, and the Glacial Saurian is losing 1 health but gaining overwhelm. Really looking to give more finishing.
I don't know
power
about
to,
Crested
like,
Lion Hawk.
Nico, Go West,
I still don't know about
stuff
Crystal.
like that. Next up, we got the
Yes.
Warden of the subtypes
OG.
themselves. Yeah, the Warden of the Tribes. This isn't a card that came out with 7B, but this was like kind of like an old plant for to jam in a bunch of subtypes, and we're taking 1 cost off here. You know, the Warden doesn't have a subtype itself, meaning you're not getting a discount from like Fruit and Ecologist. So getting up to 8 mana the good old-fashioned way can be pretty hard, but we're hoping that going from 9 to 8 will give you just enough that if you want to live the big over-the-top subtype dream, the Warden can do that for you.
I can get behind that.
And last but not least for the subtypes buffs, the Poro King.
I
I've
don't
seen y'all
get
really
behind
playing
that.
the Poro King, really loving the Poro King, but not doing a ton of winning with the Poro King.
People play the
So
Poro
we are
King.
hoping that this buff to Aurora Borealis
I've
will
only
make
seen Poro
spamming
King
the
being played
Poros
in
and
quick
growing
play.
the Poros a little bit easier.
But I'm like
going
Diamond
6
too,
cost,
so I like
5 cost, and,
don't know
I'll
much.
definitely say that Poro King, you know, if he doesn't really like rise with the tides off of the nerfs, is a card we'll likely come back to look at again if he needs more buffs or just like even quality of life bumps.
They are actively making him a champion, not just a meme.
Shout out
Okay,
for
that's good.
player.
Sure.
Shout out to Scathus, who was just I played him or them, excuse me, on ladder, and they were just playing Warden of the Tribes already while we were developing this patch, and I was like,
Well, they're
This is
probably real
confirmation
happy
that if
about
you
that
play
one. Maybe-
against
maybe
Rubenzu
we'll
and
get
beat
that.
him,
yeah, we'll see.
he will
It's
just
Warden of Tribes is a powerful
he will just
card.
nerf
can
whatever you
actually
beat
put
him
it in
with.
play. You got
It's
it
Ruben.
spot.
Ruben is too strong. We can't let him play.
Next up, we have a little Frostbite buff package, because what patch would be complete without some Frostbite buffs? So this is centered around the Rhymefang pack and the cards that make it.
See,
they used to
He never runs 30
make
bo.
the
He just runs a
pack
good
and make it
Boros,
lock in its stats
He runs
on
like
the spot
the
based on
ones
how
you
many
want.
times you've frostbitten.
and then you
But
run
frostbiting isn't really something you want to like spam
Boro
early,
stories,
so
and
now
that's it.
instead,
That's all
they're
you
just
need,
going to
really.
scale their power.
You're leveling
based on
up
how
your
many times
Boro
you've
King so
frostbitten
fast.
this
You just
game,
like
and that power is
get a
gonna
couple of
continue to
Boros
update
and then
even
getting
once they're in
your
play,
Boro
and you
stories.
keep
That's it.
frostbiting. The hope here is this will let you deploy them a little bit earlier, and even if they come in kind of small, you'll be able to like grow them over time once you get your like harsh winds or like even winter's breaths going, and you can grow up to some really, really high attack, overwhelming Rhyme Fame packs to just give Frostbite more options to close out the game.
No notes. No, I mean, I was just thinking in my head, it's just another one of those changes that played really well in testing. Might look like a weird like rework, you know, whether it lands like better or worse, we just are happy to make those cards feel better to use. So.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because we actually worked on that back in the last patch that Steve and I did, but at the time Ash LeBlanc was kind of crushing it, so we were like, we kind of shied away, and because we just didn't want to do it at that time. But that's something we do pretty often, is be like, okay, like we know this is a good change and it's satisfying to play, but this isn't the right time. We put it in the pocket, and now we're bringing it back out.
All right, into some variety buffs.
Yeah.
That's a lot of buffs.
Was this me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sure. I got lost in the sauce there. Yeah, so we are moving Hush up to 2 mana. Hush is really a card that ever since equipment has kind of become a major mechanic in lore.
Do you all remember when Hush was
Darkin.
recastable?
We've seen
Like you
Hush
could
really be pushed
Shane
out of the
Hush
meta in a
back
way
when
that
it
we don't
first
love
dropped.
internally, because Hush
Do you
is the
remember-
main
you remember these good
way
old days,
that we
good
want
in huge
Targon to
quotes?
interact. At least it should be one of their premium spells they use to sort of be able to sort of not necessarily remove things, but efficiently defend themselves. And we've also seen Targon really move into this sort of buff mid-range style, which is totally in their kit. We haven't seen too much Targon control, especially in Standard. We see that a lot more internal with things like Aphelios. So yeah, we're moving Hush up to 2 mana, so that is a lot more effective as one of Targon's main tools as a removal spell. And the Bakai Witherclaw. Here we're just adding on the sort of Merciless Hunter text so that it enables itself. We'll play it to grant enemy vulnerable. Obviously, giving things vulnerable and the sort of archetype around Renekton is something that has been one of the you know, should be another one of those things that is a strength of Shurima, but we really haven't seen that play out, especially in Standard recently. So we thought we'd give a rework here just to re-enable that archetype and give some life.
Oh shit, Seraphine can get Hush.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting with a card like Wither.
Oh
like we've
shit.
talked about adding this vulnerable text on for a while, and from a very designery standpoint,
That's...
it's like, oh, like we don't want to give you both the
oh no,
the cool
that's
line
gonna
of
be
text
fun.
and the way to enable it all in one card. We want like players
Oh
to
my
work
God.
with it in combo, but sometimes in like
I can't wait for opponents to fly
realistic,
to
and you need to give
freaking
like,
FF
a
when I
little
just
column A and B at the
pull
same time, and
Hush
we're
out of
hoping
thin
this
air
change can
via
actually make
Seraphine.
Witherclaw. It's like just a little easier
Oh
to
my
get that ball
God.
rolling.
Yeah, it's the classic, like, more expensive followers really need to do something when they come into play in order to be effective, so thought we'd take that wisdom here.
Ruben got some really good design choices, and I like them.
Yeah, and the last one is the Faithful Wolf Dog. A bit of a quality of life change more than a buff, but it will
Putting
now,
the stats on the
instead
weapon.
of being a 2/3, it will take the equipment you equip onto it, and it will forge it, so that equipment will be permanently +1/+1. And that's it.
The dog.
Oh man.
I guess I didn't give reasoning, I just explained the change. We just think that this makes the card play a little bit better. This is actually the first
my God.
instance of Forge in Demacia.
Oh yeah, I didn't explain. I just told you what
that was an
happened.
exciting thing to build around potentially.
Yeah, especially because, you know, when you're putting a bunch of small equipment in your deck to facilitate some of like the Vayne auto equip cards, it's nice to like help them scale a little bit more into the later game. And also worth noting, even if you play Wolf Dog without an equipment, it will still forge its stealth and be a 2/3. So no nerf angle there.
I literally just
Okay,
realized
that's
that Combat Cook, I think, also forges, but it's
You just what?
The chat also remembers Combat Cook.
okay. I was like, they're gonna roast me, and I remember. There's always something in these that I just put my foot in my mouth.
It's the only
and I'm just like,
Demacian only.
Demacian.
card.
It's the only dog.
Dog.
that forges.
Exactly.
I even had to pause because I was like, wait,
Are there other
we made so
dogs?
many dogs recently.
Dougmasian. Great. So that's all of our buffs and nerfs.
Boosters.
Or 4.7.
Booster, please, Matt.
Good roundup. As always, you know, if you have questions,
You're
about
missing
stuff,
something,
if you're
Matt.
enjoying stuff, let us know on Twitter. Let us know on Reddit.
Matt,
Tag
you're
the
missing
account
something.
And, you know, we pop in. We've got amazing devs who love spending time with y'all, which is really something awesome. I'm pretty stoked.
Matt,
about
you
it.
bullied me on
Other
Twitter.
thing
I
I'm
deserve a
stoked about,
booster.
One last boost.
Yes.
Who wants to give this one away?
Yeah, I think Frank wants to. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the hard
Kobe
one.
Besting.
Yeah, so hopefully my knowledge of the Soul Fighter universe is correct.
But Kobe Besting is ready.
Makes sense, but in Soul Fighter, there
Yes.
are two best friends who have Soul Fighter skins. in
Like
lore,
Kangren.
And they are forced to fight against each other in the Soul Fighter tournament despite their friendship. Which two characters are those?
And don't forget to include hashtag lore so I can search it and
Yeah.
find who entered.
So
People are
easy.
answering. Shout out to Matt for doing the stream and
yeah.
getting
That's
all the booster
why
packs
Yeah,
we
no,
for players.
fucking
It's
check
worth
the
noting that Matt
lore.
was talking to us before this. Him and the rest of the team like literally put these booster packs and made the cards with their own human hands.
Yeah.
Like sealed the packs with a heat
I need
sealer.
it.
And they went really
Need
all
one.
out for y'all. So
Yeah.
super
I just
awesome.
need-
Massive shout out to
Gwen
the influencer team as
and
well,
Nico.
Krista and Michelle. They were
Got it. You got one?
like
No, you got the
integral
thing.
and
Okay.
really led that charge to make
got
some really
one?
cool things for y'all.
Got a booster?
They're real
Do I have to
booster
sell you?
packs, sealed in foils. They got shinies, they got all sorts of stuff. So hope that those of you that win them enjoyed them, and hope to be able to do more cool things for y'all in the future as we continue to do this sort of
Hey,
stuff.
listen,
Yeah, I'm gonna
community
close
being so
out
excited about
the
this
chat.
is good.
And yeah, again,
No,
thank
that's
you
in
all
it.
for
Okay.
joining us.
Yeah,
and
thanks for tuning in.
Hope that you have a great day.
Enjoy the patch.
Thanks for watching. Okay. Okay. Thoughts about the batch?